Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. So today we are doing something a bit different because it is the week of the Chelsea Flower Show, so I thought I would make my own Sims inspired garden, because obviously at the Chelsea Flower Show they have gardens inspired by different themes and different countries and stuff, so I thought I'd do one inspired by the Sims. So we have some Sim related features in this garden, and we have some more normal garden sort of things. So the theme I went with this garden is, it's quite a modern contemporary garden. It's got some raised flower beds, and I'll kind of use that by using the foundation level and the half walls, and then using a fence as well. So we're going for a quite stone and slate and sort of green planting, and having a little water feature in the middle as well. So hopefully this garden wins gold. I think some of the gardens this year are quite cool. We have, especially like the garden that's done by Savile Gardens, that is called Wormhole, because that is just on point and on brand for me, and it has some awesome space-time curves throughout the garden that leads to this really cool sculpture at the end that looks a bit, well, it's supposed to look like a wormhole, and then all the other features in it is a wormhole as well. So that garden is pretty epic. And I also like the Japanese garden as well, and it's got a little rock water fountain in it that goes into like a rock garden, and it's got a little traditional Japanese awning up, which is really cool. And I particularly like the under the sea garden, where they've used cactuses and all the different sort of, oh, what they called, I have loads of them on my shelf, all those types of plants. And they've got water in tubes and stuff, and they've got actual fish and stuff in the garden, and it's highlighting the problem with plastic and stuff in the oceans, which is very topical at the moment. So to make this garden a Sims inspired garden, we have of course got the llama hedge. We're starting to put in the plants as well, so I kind of only wanted a few trees about, so we've got two versions of the birch tree. We've got the thin ones at the front, and then we've got the bigger one from Cats and Dogs at the back, because I don't want too many trees in this garden. And then in the flower beds, I was kind of trying to work out what I wanted to do, because I wanted the planting to actually be at the height of the fences. So there's lots of move objects and raising stuff up. At first I tried doing a like really over the top like border sort of thing, and then once I did the other border, I was kind of like, no, I think we should do a nice pared back sort of minimal garden to go with the sort of harsh borders that we've got. I quite like this plant because it kind of gave a little rolling mountains sort of theme, and we kept that one in white, and then we do the bottom one here in the blue, so it's a bit of a longer plant. We do get rid of the yellow flowers from Jungle Adventures and put in the other one, but in the more green tone, and it kind of do it so it flows from one raised bed to the other raised bed, and I think that looks quite cool. And we've got the little green wall at the back as well, just to show that the plants have been growing up the wall a bit. So we're using the foundation to put stuff on, and then using like shrinking some of the plants, and then putting them up and down, just to create a bit of drama and a bit of flow in the border. And then the border at the front here, I want to go even more minimal. So we've got the tiny little white plants, and we're just raising them up one bit just to cover the ground, because this plant actually clips through quite a lot. So I didn't want to raise it too much, because it would clip through the little bit at the little lip at the top, and I went for a white lip. And then by the fountain that kind of runs through the garden and kind of connects it all together, we've got 2 of the stone wall decorations, and then I popped 2 mirrors on either side as well, just to make the garden look a little bit bigger and have a bit more scale to it. And then one of the mirrors got stuck randomly up on the thing. I did want to put another one behind, but it was glitching through too much, so I kind of just put a plaque as well to say who the garden was for and what it was about. And then I hide some little seating area in the green and grey and the birch sort of cushions on it, just so there was a little seating nook tucked away. So I wanted some sort of seating area, but I didn't want it to like overtake the rest of the planting. Then we put in a few little spotlights here and there under the bushes and the plants, just so that it looks quite dramatic at night time. I didn't want too much stuff over the top, like over the top lighting, because you're not going to put that much lighting in your garden realistically. And some of the other gardens that they have, like the eco garden that has a room outside, that one is a pretty cool room. It's got jagged sort of piano key steps over the water and stuff, and I think there's also one that's powered by solar panel and a floor that you walk on that generates electricity, so it kind of powers itself as people wander around. And you always know that the summer is here when the Chelsea Flower Show is on the TV. So we've had two events at the same time in Britain, because we had the wedding and then we've got the Chelsea Flower Show, and then in a few months time we'll have Wimbledon. So it's all kicking off with all the good stuff. I will have to do a Wimbledon build. I don't know how, but I will have to try, because I do like watching a bit of Andy Murray, unless he's not on form like he has been for the last how many times. And this part of the garden is kind of a small, like, grassy area, and I wanted to put the plum bob symbol in, so I did have it as like 2 different greens, but then it didn't really stand out enough, so I changed one to a blue plum bob and one to a pink plum bob, and we just have that tucked away behind the llama, just to tie in the Sims theme. I also do a little grass section just over with the square topiary bushes, and I thought that was quite cool, because one of my favourite plants are grasses. I like collecting different types of grasses, especially as they add a softer texture to the garden. So we kind of layer up the grass and sort of scale it down as well. And I think it looks super cool from some of the angles that I took, and really softens up the sort of border, and because it's kind of a darker greyer tone, it kind of fits in with the borders we've got. And I add in the 2 different types of grasses from the Jungle Adventure and the base game version, because one's a different colour to the other, so it was quite nice to intermingle them between the grasses, because they are a bit of a harder, more spikier grass, so it was quite nice to add a few different textures. I did forget, I did want to put a rope right around this like they do in the actual Chelsea Flower Show, but then you can't build fences right up to the lot, so I was wanting it to be a bit more fenced in and stuff, but I think it looked really cool in the end, and got some slate tiles to match the walls. And that is my Chelsea gold, hopefully gold medal winning garden here in The Sims. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and if you'd like to see any more builds, then feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.